Testing sound. Good evening. I hope you can hear me. If you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. So if you can hear me, please give me a thumbs up. Let's just make sure the sound is working well while we set up for today's 30-minute sales gym. As you can see, the lighting is a bit off. That is simply a power issue. Force, nothing I can control at the moment. Today's session is entitled How to Find Your First 100 Prospects. So we're also going to go live on TikTok. Okay, it's also a bit dark there. Okay, TikTok is on. So I hope you can hear me well. Please give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. The session is starting in, we'll give it a minute so that other people can join. Thank you for that. I have one thumbs up on YouTube. If you can hear me on TikTok, please give me a thumbs up, give me a like. Let's get the ball rolling. I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Awesome. Thank you for the comment. So we start in exactly 1 minute. So at 7:32, I'm going to kick off today's presentation. Just changing my mic. Okay, awesome. So today's session is entitled How to Find Your First 100 Prospects. If you're somebody looking at you're starting out, you want to get your first deals in. Usually, last week we were talking about something a bit in line with this, which was how do you store and then automate communication with your leads. But in this case, let's answer how do you actually get the leads, because that's a very critical part. Like, you're storing, what are you storing? Where did you get the information that you are going to be storing? So I also want to confirm, can you see my slides? Can you see the screen I'm sharing? This is for people watching on YouTube. If you can see the slides, give me a thumbs up or a like, give me something, a comment. So right now we are awesome. I've got the like. Perfect. So let's start the session. 30-minute sales gym. Today we're discussing, as the topic says, how to find your first 100 prospects, a simple system. So I'm going to be giving you a simple system for building your first 100 sales pipeline. It's important to always build your pipeline. You'll be hearing a lot of people talking about pipeline. What is this pipeline we are talking about? Something similar to your funnel. What is your funnel? So we're going to be discussing how do we add the first 100 names and contacts into your funnel so that you get the conversations rolling. Remember, sales is all about conversations. The more conversations you have, the more you will convert. The less conversation you're having, the less you're selling. If you find yourself, you have a product, but you spend a week without talking to people about the product or service you have, then you have a major issue. The issue is you're not going to sell anything, you're wasting your time. You have to be out there having conversations. So, who are you having conversations with? So far, we've covered in the 30-minute sales gym. If you've missed, we do have these saved on YouTube. We've done quite a lot. The goal is to do 52 weeks of the 30-minute sales gym non-stop. We don't miss a week. We may postpone once in a blue moon due to issues beyond our control, but so far we've covered a lot of topics. We, I believe, are past the 10 mark. And welcome back, Power. So here we go. Power is back. So my lighting is back. There we are. So the question is, the point is, if you've missed any of the topics, please feel free, go to our YouTube channel, SNCT Talks. We're going to be putting that in my profile and also in the profile for SNCT Marketing. We do have our TikTok channel page profile specifically for SNCT Marketing. So if you've missed certain bits, you will find them. We do save them and they are free to watch. Who is this for? This is for business owners. Who am I talking to right now? Business owners, entrepreneurs, people who want to start a business, or you've started a business and you're kind of struggling to get it to the next level in terms of revenue. I'm talking to you, business leaders. You are the executives, heads of business development, heads of sales. This will work for you and your team. If you have a team, get them to join because it also works. I'm also talking to sales reps. The solutions in here are universal. We're going to be doing things that are practical. You will be able to implement immediately. If you do implement immediately after the session, you start implementing as of tomorrow, you will start seeing results within the week. So, are you one of these people? Are you someone who's invested in generating leads? Maybe you've bought databases, you've put in money into social media or time into social media, but you're not getting them across. So people are actually reaching out to you, but you're not closing anything. You're getting the traction, but you're not closing any deals. You attend events. Are you, number two, are you someone who attends events, networks a lot, but it doesn't lead to any revenue? You're just there talking, but there's no revenue coming in. Or is your revenue inconsistent, though your costs are stable or they're actually growing at a consistent rate? Or you're someone who people enter your store, your business, they buy a product from you or a service, but they never come back for more. They never buy again. You don't have repeat customers, meaning a lot of your marketing spend is going into one-time buyers. If you're any of those four profiles, perfect. Listen up. This session is going to benefit you a lot. Why? We're talking about how do we get that consistent initial firewood into the furnace so that the fire can start. So many people think they have a sales problem. In reality, they have a prospecting problem. You might have all the tools you need for closing. You've gone back to our video and you've looked at the closing strategies we came up with. And they work for you, but you don't have anyone to practice them on because you don't have any prospects. That is a big issue. The reality of sales is this, and sales is simple. A lot of people overcomplicate sales. I like to say sales is a science. Anyone can learn how to sell, right? As there's a lot of scientific theorem that goes behind sales, psychology, etc., that goes behind sales, and it's easy for anyone to learn. It's not like an art. So if you're someone who sits there and you're like, I'm not able to sell because it's difficult for me. I don't know what to do. Yeah, it's not taught in school. We don't learn how to sell in school. However, it's something you can learn by yourself. The resources are there. SNCT Talks is there. We've got blog posts on our website. We are generally giving out all of this information mostly for free. We do provide coaching and consultancy. If you're interested, we do have that as well, which we can always discuss. So the reality is, if you don't consistently talk to people, if you don't consistently have people in front of you, you're having the conversation, you don't have meetings, you don't send out proposals, then absolutely there'll be no sales and you will absolutely not get business growth. Sales starts with finding people to talk to. I would like to paint that picture very clearly for you. If you're someone who sits and waits for sales to come in, it is going to be very difficult. Everything you need from referrals, etc., comes from having conversations. So, why do most people struggle? Uh, the most common mistakes people make when prospecting or generating the leads is they're waiting for referrals. Uh, and they are waiting for customers to come to them. So you're waiting, you're there seated uh, at your business in your office, and you're waiting for customers to see the signpost, to see the website, and come to you. Uh, you're posting on social media and you're hoping for the best. So you're posting, but you don't actually have the next steps after posting. What happens next? You don't have that in place. You're just there and you're praying for something to happen. You talk only to your friends and family. I always like saying this to people. If you're starting a business or if you're entering a investment, and I'll put air quotes around this, you've got your investment you're entering, whether it's network marketing and MLM, whatever structure it comes in. If the model is focused around only talk to your friends and family, there's already a huge flaw in that model. I usually walk away immediately. A business, a product you're selling should be something you can sell to anyone, any random person you meet off the street. You're failing, you're struggling because you prospect only when sales are low. So when sales are high, you relax, you celebrate, you enter celebratory mode instead of actually continuing the process. You're there uh, relaxing, you're enjoying the high, but you're not preparing for when the lows come in. So you're not actually doing that. And that is why top performers prospect weekly. They are constantly generating leads or prospects, people to talk to, not when they're desperate. I've also mentioned in a few videos that we've done in a few sessions of the 30-minute sales gym that buyers sense the desperation in you, and therefore it leads to poor negotiation, it leads to poor close rates because you're desperate. No one wants a desperate person or to work with desperate people. All right. So top performers are consistent in this. If you want to be a top performer, which I want you to be, you must be consistent in the activities we are discussing or the activities you're doing. So let's define what is a prospect, because There's so many words we throw around, right? There's prospect, there's a lead, and then there's a customer. So a prospect is a person or company that could potentially buy your product, right? It is a list of people that meet your buyer persona. We had the session regarding buyer personas. Please go back to that. It is a person who meets your buyer persona criteria, fits right in there. That is a prospect. What is a lead? A lead is a prospect who has shown interest. Okay. Then, what is a customer? A customer is someone who has actually purchased. Clearly, customer. We all know what that is. So, if you're on YouTube, feel free, take screenshots. I hope you guys have your notepads. This is purely 30 minutes of valuable content, no fluff. I'm not doing that fluff stuff. Okay. So, the 100 prospect formula. This is the formula we're going to be working with right now. I want you to look at this formula. I'm going to explain it to you, and I want you to implement this. Start implementing this today. Okay? Don't overcomplicate it, simplify it. Keep it simple, KISS. Keep it stupid simple, right? Uh, Number one, find 25 people you already know. Okay? I want you to find 25 people. They're in your contacts. You've met them somewhere. You already know them, and they may be potentials to buy your product. That's the first. Get those first. They're the easiest to find because they're already in your phone book. And then I want you to compile those 25. That is your first 25. Remember, we're coming up with 100. I'm going to break this down further, even further throughout the remaining 15 minutes. So, next, 25 referrals. I want you to think, where can you get 25 referrals? Then we go into social media connections. Okay, we need 25 social media connections. Lastly, 25 businesses from directories, from what do you call them? Databases. Okay. I want you to go and get 25 business from directories. That is your first 100 leads or prospects. Boom. I've handed them to you. Okay. So 25 plus 25 plus 25 plus 25 equals 100. So let's start with your existing network. Start with people you already know. What I want you to do, or what this entails, is look through your phone contacts, WhatsApp, LinkedIn connections, your Facebook friends, previous clients, and former colleagues. As you're doing that, the mindset you should have is, could this person buy from me or introduce me to someone who can actually buy from me? It is the mindset or the approach you're using. Don't just get random 25 people, your 25 closest friends that you drink with or you party with. It's, could this person actually buy from me, and would they benefit from what I'm selling? There's an ethics to it. Would they benefit from what I am selling? Okay, that is the first 25 prospects we want you to generate. Source number two, your referrals. We need 25 referrals. So what you're going to ask is, who are two people, right? You're going to reach out to people you've worked with. You're going to reach out to friends and family. You're going to reach out to contacts. And the question is, who are two people you know that may benefit from what I do? Again, you're not going to have this conversation. You're not going to get to the stage of who are two people who can benefit from what I do if the person you're talking to does not know what you do. It is plain and simple. You have to have the conversations. Therefore, the first thing is start talking to people. We have this thing in African culture, or I won't even call it culture. We have this thing where we're constantly telling each other, don't talk about your plans, don't talk about what you intend on doing, don't talk about the things you're coming up with or your next steps. Keep it private because people will bewitch you. The truth is, even Elon Musk, everyone knew Elon Musk was going to release Tesla way before the first Tesla hit the road. During testing, they were looking at the batteries. So it's have the conversations. Okay. Why are referrals part of this first 100 is because referrals are powerful. It's usually someone who refers someone else to you is trusted already, so trust already exists. They are usually easier conversations because it's a referral, and then they usually have a higher conversion rate because someone would refer to you someone who actually needs the service product today. Okay. Disclaimer, I always want to say this, and I've said it already. uh, this is not the most consistent method of generating leads. It's tricky because again, most people are staking, as they refer you, they're staking their reputation on the line and saying, do I trust you? So if you've not worked with me before, chances of me referring you are very low. Okay. Then we move on to the next 25. The next 25 people we have on our list. Remember, 100 we've discussed. The first 25 was your existing network. The next 25 are referrals. The next 25 is social media. So now we're on 75 prospects that we've generated. Turn social media into a prospecting tool. I know, even me, I'm a victim. I'm a victim of doom scrolling. I get on that TikTok and I'm on TikTok the whole day. Okay. You're saying to yourself, I need to do XYZ, and an hour passes and you're still doom scrolling. You've done nothing. I want you to change the focus here. I want you to change it into a prospecting tool, meaning as you're there, you're looking for certain uh, things. You're looking for profiles of people that would actually benefit from your service, and you're actually listing them in order for you to start the conversation with them. So, where are you doing this from? Generally depends on your product. Where are your customers sitting, or where do your customers spend most of their time? Is it LinkedIn? I understand Facebook has been reopened in Uganda. So is it Facebook groups? Is it Twitter or X? Are your customers on Instagram? Do they play around on TikTok like I do? So don't just scroll feed, actually use the tool or the platform as a tool for your business. Now, I want you to do this. Go through social media, look at the profiles, come up with 25 people you can reach out to for your business. And that is making social media worthwhile. I won't lie to you, it might sound like a lot, 100 prospects, but generally, if you did sit down for a full day and you said, I'm going to focus my 8 hours on this task, and you put fear aside, you put procrastination aside, you just ripped off the bandage and ate that frog, you could finish this, you could generate these prospects within a day. Let's say it will take you 2 days because human nature will kick in. So again, this is something you could do this week and you will start seeing results. Now, business directories, the next one, the last 25, this gives us our 100 prospects that we're going to feed into our automation tool. that we're going to start conversations with, so that we find out if they have interest, and then we get to the leads. Business directories find companies already looking for growth. So generally, what I usually say is, if an organization joins an association or is in a directory, it's a part of their marketing. They're in there to market, meaning they're looking for certain growth, they're looking for certain things. Therefore, if you go into the right directories, you will be able to get people who are interested in your product or service. Now, find them on Google Maps, the Yellow Pages, Chamber of Commerce directories, business associations, and industry directories. And done. That's 100 prospects generated for your business. 2 days max. 2 days max if you're lazy. And we could get this done. Now, okay, I've told you where to go. I've told you the mindset to have when doing this. So, what information should you collect? Again, if you can see the slides, uh, screenshot, I'm going to try and paint the picture very well for you. If you can't, company name, that's the first thing we need. Company, organization, contact person, we need that. Who are we talking to? Okay, their phone number, or how do we reach out to them? Phone number, email, social media handle. How are we starting the conversation? Notes. Notes can vary. Notes could be anything from what position do they hold in the organization if you're doing B2B, or are they, if you're in B2C, it's, is it a family? Who's the wife? Who's the decision maker? The wife or the husband on this particular product I'm selling, etc. So those are your notes. Just have some basic notes about the person you're talking to. And then lastly, their location. Where do you find them? You've tried calling, you've tried emailing, you've tried reaching out on social media platforms. Nothing. Where do you drive to, or where do you uh, go to actually get them face to face? So location. If you collect this information, these are the trappings of a very basic prospect list. This is a lead generation, a leads list worth having. You will add more information as the conversation goes on, their needs, their wants, their pain points, etc. But this is your starting point. You just need to collect company name, contact person, phone number, email, location, and then some basic notes, so that you have something to converse about with them. Now, there's quality, right? And then there's quantity. I prefer quality over quantity. Why? Because with quality, your close rate increases. Uh, Touching on close rate, why we are going with 100 is generally we're looking at a 10% close rate, meaning from the 100 people you will start conversations with, you are most likely going to get 10 people that are interested in your product. Basic math, these are basic assumptions. 10 people interested, which then converts from a prospect to a lead. And then from there, we're going to go into another 10%, meaning you're likely to generate your first client. But if the quality of the leads is higher, of the prospects is higher, you've got more people with more intent to buy, then you could actually get to the 20-30% close rate. So, number one, when you're doing your lead generation, prospect generation, you're prospecting, ask yourself, can they buy? Meaning, uh, do they have the need, do they have the finances? Okay, can they actually buy? Can they make the decision to buy? All right. It's not uh, going to help you if out of 100 prospects, 99 of them can't afford your product. Automatically, your close rate goes down. Do they need what I sell? So that's the next question. Do they need it? There's wanting it, meaning it's an option. They could or could not live without it. But then there's need. Need is more powerful. So do they need it? Then can I reach them? Don't don't create a prospect list just to create it and then put people without contact numbers, locations, etc. Make sure you can actually reach them, you can actually start the conversation with them. And then once you've answered those questions, add the person, and the answers are positive. If all three are yeses, add that person to your prospect list. Now, next steps. What do I want you to do? Before tomorrow evening, okay, I'm going to keep this one very simple for you. Before tomorrow evening, I want you to create a list of 25 prospects from your existing network. Okay, that's the first 25. Before the end of the day tomorrow, create 25 prospects from your existing network. Don't worry about selling to them yet. Put that on hold. Let's first get the 100. All right. So every day, generate 25. The first 25, existing network. Then we're going to generate another 25 from referrals, another 25 from social media, and another 25 from, lastly, business directories. No list. So if you don't have a list, forget about selling. Okay, no list, no sales. Just build the list. I need you to work on that. That's the action step. From there, now we go into what we've talked about in the previous sessions, which is now the conversation. And power is gone again. So what's next? Again, we do the 30-minute sales gym every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. We are giving you bite-sized information that you can actually action on and immediately start seeing results. So I want you to go and actually practice what we preach, and you will start seeing results. We are in the process of planning our first live event. It's going to be in Kampala, that's for sure. It's going to be at a hotel. We're going to be doing a half day sort of session. It's more information will come out as we prepare. We also have a launch. We're launching our Postly platform, which is an email marketing and contact management platform. So you're generating leads, you want to continue reaching out to people, we've got you covered with Postly. Uh, Besides that, if you have any questions, the comment section is open. Show us some love by commenting or liking. Thank you very much. I'll give it about 2 minutes. If I don't have any comments or any questions, then we shall firstly go offline. I hope the session was fruitful. Okay, awesome. I'm not seeing comments as of now, so I'm just going to call it a night. Thank you very much for joining. Share this with your colleagues. We're on every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. East Africa time. Have a good night.